So this is the part where we take a look at texturing. To texture our objects, we go to shading workspace. This is over here. When we click this, our window will get subdivided into 4 parts. You can see there, this is our file browser, this is our material preview, and this is shader editor. This would be, I think, image editor. I like to use UV editor, but again, so one way would be to work like this, but I like to work in this window. And like if you come over here, there's a plus sign. When you get this plus sign, just left click and drag, and like this. Let me enable screencast keys again. Very sorry, at this point there is no excuse for this. I just forget it. I'm sorry again. So this is how I like to work. This one would be our 3D viewport, and this one we will change it from here to shader editor. So yeah, this is our shader editor window. This will be our where we will see how our things are looking. So first of all, I would like to color this tree or decorative tree, whatever it is. For us to apply colors to this object, we need to create a new material. We can either do it from here by pressing this new icon, or if we come over here to this menu at the bottom one, this sphere that says material properties, if we come over here and press new, so they basically both are similar, and over here we have certain settings, and you can see we have the same settings over here too, so they are basically the same. You can either work from here or from here, it's up to you. Now another thing that you might witness or notice, that let me zoom in, that Blender uses nodes. Yeah, not layers but nodes for everything. So don't worry, no need to get confused or anything. Nodes are rather easy to use. In nodes, information will flow from left to right. On the left of the node, we will have inputs, and on the right of that node, we will get an output, and that output is then plugged into this material output, and this will give us our final render or color or whatever we plug in over here. Like these inputs, you can see if I open this drop down menu, you can see we have lots of other settings too. Let's do something practical. That way it would be convenient for us to know what we are doing. So if I want to change the color of my, let's say, this tree, so or plant, I will come to base color. It's already plugged into the input of our material output. So all I need to do is just change the color to something like, let's say, green. And the color of this should change to green, although it has not changed. So what seems to be the problem? So the problem is, if you remember, we are in solid viewport, and for us to see the effect of our materials, we need to go over here and go into this material preview. Now immediately you will notice that our tree or plant, our plant looks like green, or I don't want it to be green, I just want it to be how should I put it, brownish color. So this color wheel will determine what color we will give to our object, and this slider controls how dark or bright that color is, right? You can see that I can manipulate the brightness of the color from this menu. And then we have a certain properties like hue, saturation value, and alpha. So these can be controlled from here, and if you have a specific color in mind and you know its hex code, then you can come over here and place it. This eyedropper, this is similar to most photo editing softwares. You can pick and choose some color if you like. Let's say I want that white color, you can pick and choose just like that. This is the base color, and this is how we will give color to our objects. Next over here we have this metallic option. Let's change the color to something brownish, or let's reset it. To reset anything, just press right click and reset to default value. Let's put it to make it to white. Then we have metallic option. This option is by default 0, and you will only use this option if you want to create anything that is metal, let's say gold, silver, or maybe something that has certain metallic properties. Only then this value will be pushed to 1. Otherwise 0 is more than enough for 99% of things. So like plastic, anything else, you will go with this non-metallic option, right? Then we have roughness. This setting controls how rough our material is or how smooth something is. Let me put it this way. Let's make our this this is just an example. Let's make the metallic option to 1, and now let me give you an example. If I reduce my roughness, it will start becoming more and more reflective and more smooth. So the lower the value, the smoother our object will become. You can see now it's reflecting the everything, like all of the world. You can see that, right? It's really shiny. And if I move this slider to the other end, now it won't be that shiny. Basically it's not reflecting anything now. So let's move it to the middle and let's make it non-metallic. And let's change the color while we're at it to brown. That's what I want. Can I increase roughness? Let's put the roughness to 6.8 something. So this IOR is index of refraction, how light behaves under certain conditions. For our normal work or normal usage, it will be 1.5. This is more than enough for most things. Another example that I can give you is for water. This is 1.33. There is some bending when light hits water. So for that, you use 1.333 for if you're using water or something. Then alpha value will give you something like this. This is opacity 0, opacity 1. You get the idea. Completely transparent and completely opaque. Normal option is used to create fake detail, like certain times we do not wish to create small details, let's say bumps or crevices. So for those we will use normal option. I will use it with an example. We will use it. I think, I'm not sure. Then diffuse, subsurface, specular, these we will not be taking a look at because these are rather advanced and we won't be using these in this project, so there is no need to take a look at these because they will just confuse you. Transmission is usually, if you put it to 1, it's for reflective, or let's say if you want to create water, just put it to 1. So again, we won't be using this too. Emission is like glow in other softwares. If you want something to shine, emission is our friend. So let's reset it and delete this annotation. TN. This. So this was our first texturing part. So if you want to go into detail, there's a let's say very technical explanation at Blender forums. You can read that. It will give you some in-depth detail about how things work and how Blender's Principle BSDF work and how these shaders will behave. So you can take a look at that. We will texture other things in the other videos.